as a digital simulation, really, to digitalize, to steal life. It is an anti-life program. It's moving from carbon-based life to silicon-based life, to a digital twin of the world that they can control, that is disconnected from spirit.
I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. In the bright glow of the dawn, I see myself clearly, bringing in a new day. The old way of doing things is done. I don't care what you say. Monsters don't sleep under your bed. They sleep inside your head. And if you haven't done the shadow work and left behind, it's where you stay. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the street. We got protect plus homeschool. Our babies is a must. They not just no moms, but also no posse. Spola, worshiping pedophiles. Wanna feed our children's spirits to robots. Turn all of us from carbon-based to silicone-based. Should be where the shit show stops. Get back to doing for ourselves. Water system irrigation and grow crops. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. I'm saying I'm not some master teacher. No, am I some pastor or preacher? Was released from prison with this passion to speak up. After doing 25 years in the beast cuffs. Realize they tried to teach us spiritual, mental, physical diet. They tried to feed us the fire of our ancestors resides in each of us. With that, I'm inspired to turn this heat up. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to war with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets.
We're really approaching almost like it's a Frankenstein moment. And they're framing it to us as, innovation, right? We should all be so excited that this is happening. And, I equate it to like the Golem bringing in like these robots. They would like to feed our life force to learn us in every tiny detail, not to empower us, but to actually transform us into a robotic simulation that is under their full control.
Nah, bro. Come on. You almost there, bro. Almost there. Survive. Shot down, who am I but shot down? You young fool, I'm too fly to just slide down. Blue sky but high ground, my crown flash helmet. So my aircraft still fit, can't be tied down, evil seatbelt. I look down, I see green like a Celtic. My heat pulverizes, the cheese is melted. The realness of cash money, I dispelled it. You did the fusions in my eyes, I beheld it. The finger fucked the cards, my hand, I dealt it. Felt it vibrate from the gut of my pelvic. It bust almost from righteous and veil shit. So radiant, I keep a dark room well lit. Cause you little goofies are well quick. Body for real monkey velvet. Body you not for Mars, is a female's clip. As a kid, all I did was fight. I did the bit with a knife. I know I can spit my flows to shit to a damn that hurt. In the spirit of the great matriarch, all praises is due to the Most High. Honor and respect to all our ancestors, the elders, the youth, bro star gods and sister goddesses, Americans. They say a soldier never knows his strength unless he has a foe. Well, I came to realize that my most greatest opponent is me. And in the spirit of making my enemy's enemy my friend, I decided to make me my greatest ally, because each situation calls for it. You dig? Shot my first itchy like an 82. Hot, get illy and kiss me like how a lady do. Blaze a full fellatio. The ratio is convagio through this crazy flow. Truth is, I've been gone for a long time to go through what I've gone through. You need a strong mind. Like seeing tone spine poked up for the wrong shine. Or when bone wine yoked about that phone line. Wake me from the stupor of this ugly life. Can't wait to make your lupus for my lovely wife. How could I let you get away like the spinners? Mention me today amongst the winners. Through snare, smile, watch me steer the crowd. Here and now, watch me clear the cloud. Keep my head above, rub water your waters. Give shit hostile options or cordial orders. We need situation ethics in this day and time, not in the sense of as if bad into good or good into bad, turning everything backwards, but simply because in every situation you're faced with, you need ethics, codes, principles, morals, methods in order to navigate through this madness. That's it, or crash with tragic. Feng Shui keeps you hoarding, more cluttering, pains you deeply to sweep core floor covering, prostrating, marks fading, demigod hating. I postulate that you the synagogue of Satan. I exercise to exorcise the legion from you, even the legion demons from your region of shun you. Spin you and your grip, irritating with your touchy Philly approach in gear skating. I'm too close to the door, in here waiting. This my true story of hope, inspiration, motivated thoughts of lessons to teach my toddlers. Raise my offsprings and be a father. The resort of tossed salad and peach cobbler. The course expected feedback from each blogger. So much debris within the mental of thieves to free my mind. I entered the temple of Thebes. I became an Egyptian monk, delving into the underworld until I rose resplendently to bring forth light, light and heat. The pearl of wisdom I received was this: ascend to the highest height of that pyramid, look down in the cross far and wide, all situations before making my next move with finesse. As I caress the flesh of the best crew, smooth. I'm not a communist nor humanist. And what appears to be the conclusion of this piece, after befriending myself, my compliments to rehab became clear to me the union I have with Sharice. My intuition permitted my vision to no longer be subversion, the obscurity of the impurity of conflict, unless it's holy war. She is divine law and order, the reason why, like the phoenix, I rise again and again. Thus the music doesn't stop. I am the conquering lion. At the same time, she's my best friend, my high priestess in every situation. The sun goddess like earth, wind, and fire, featuring Ramsey Lewis. I do this. She makes me the truest.
And my music, and a lot of this music, it's only talking about the suppressed rising. I mean, the oppressed rising up against the oppressor. That's all. That's what my music's about. The oppressed rising up against the oppressor. So if only people that's scared are the.
Do y'all know who the oppressor is? We'll get to that after we read a few things. I want to go back and I'll recapture the power of now, the science of the sacred secretion. I want to read a couple of things because I think that with what I've been doing, that people have gotten beside themselves. When you go back and watch my videos, if the problem is assisting me, then you're your own problem. It's the information I'm putting out there is for the benefit of you, and in benefiting you, it benefits me, and in benefiting me, I benefit you. It's a circle. It's a complete circle. It's not about being finite, a start and a finish. It's about an acclamation back to. I'm always talking about natural, right? I think when I'm talking about certain things based on my dreams and what I've been afforded in this time, I know the enemy That's their own enemy, not my enemy. I think y'all get it twisted. It's caught up in that because it's of their doing. I've moved aside from there. I just would like to see y'all do that. But we'll get into who the oppressor is and all that.
Oppressors. The only people who could have any harm coming to them are those who oppress. Simple as that.
3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. It's time for a change, gotta bounce up. The oppressor's about to get tossed up. I'ma lay him out, execution styles too late with apologetic claim. You rapped at a coca flame, by God, it's over. Doing your time is to the end. Lock Jah silent without sin. He put me on the letter for justice to win. The oppressor's about to get tossed down.
Oh, they're messing with the audios? Oh, it is? So I don't know why they're messing with it. That's weird. Oh, they're messing with it. Hold on, guys. I guess they're kind of scared. Hold on. It's not the one, that's for sure. Yeah, it's them. Hold on, guys. Stay right there. Can you guys still choppy? It's better? Okay. Okay. Let me shut everybody out. Millennials, good. Grand Rising, huh? Baby girl Slaughter, Grand Rising, Ascension, Omac. Salutations, beloved. King of 11 Speaks. Good to see you back, Mama. Hey, she's an artist, y'all. Signed up to join. she's sending for a small monthly fee. Appreciate it, man. Hey, thank you, Millennial. Thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna hook it up to the my what you call it? I have it on here. I'm hooking it up to the YouTube. So I just didn't do it because I got to pull my laptop out and everything when I was back in Page. But I'm gonna do it here. Today we're gonna treat if the tongue oil comes in. Hopefully it does. It should. That's what it said in my Gmail when I was over at the post office. Treat those, and when we get those in, it's cut, putting boards in, getting that deck up, and we'll be up there doing lives. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, I went ahead and just emptied out a few things. So my space was almost up. I'm getting rid of a lot of stuff today anyway. Hey, Alicia, what's going on, bro? Hey, family. Man, I'm so stuck with this bro stuff. T was out there making sure I know. Anyway, this right here was some ganeo, banana, blueberry, a couple of strawberries. I like them. Well, it's ours. We sure. And 2 milliliters of sour soap with the heart and the leaf, and it's really, really good. I got my pumpkin seeds today. I'll try it later. I got to eat some before I take that stuff, but I don't like mixing stuff up, you know. So I got the pumpkin seeds. Everybody was hitting me up saying, hey, give it a try, Red. And I was like, okay. My hair grew back. I told you I had a bald spot like back in my head, and when I cut my dreads off, I was like, what? I mean, but when on the res, I was eating a lot of fry bread. Other people was cooking. I wasn't doing all my herbs and the things that benefit us. The body is an amazing thing philosophically, and I was going against the grain of what I knew. Even though I was speaking on things, all the poisons when you walk into the Spirit gas station store, the grocery stores, everything lined up that grabs people based on certain things that make them crave those things. So I'm very aware that I've got 2 channels. I can have one channel where I just bring everybody in. I just want to talk smack, just for the blatant entertainment and fun of it. I'm not saying entertainment is good, but entertainment is what this world is. All right, let me fix this thing real quick. Sorry about that. My apologies. This here it's not really about entertainment. This is me attempting to get past the people's weaknesses. We've had some people unsubscribe, and thank goodness, because they're not ready. If you're emotionally confined, compartmentalized, and I drive on that. I have to, because like I said, every day I walk around 24/7. Does it mean that I'm in that place? No, I'm not in a bad place with it. It's just a reality, because the place that everybody else is in. Now, I'm not no savior, no freer. It's not about that. I want to clarify this. I don't know nothing, but the little information I have, I'm gonna share. And I always say research stuff. Even I still research things. I read a lot of stuff. I listen to a lot of audios. Only because I want to intrigue you a little further. I want you to be like, okay, I'm not here to stop nothing. I can't do that. That's not my place. I can't make you stop doing what you do. Well, some of y'all are very emotional, very weak. So yeah, I could probably manipulate a few of you, but I'm not here for that. I'm here for you to get back to your strength and your reality, okay? And that's a few. I like to have company with a handful of people. I don't like being around a lot of people, yet I don't mind. I know how to get in the store and get out, because I'll be walking around, fake smile. And it's not beneficial to fake anything. Sometimes I know that in that crowd, I will be entertaining, what y'all say, angel. You know what I'm saying? Or I entertaining, you know what I'm saying? Or being entertained. I'm going to go back to something and read in the Power Now, and then I'm going to read in the Science of the Sacred Secretion. And I want y'all to have a better understanding of something. Well, I wanted to pull something up because I wanted to make sure. Let me see if I can pull it up. Oh boy, I got to go back to here. They mess with everything, which is all right. That's what they do. Okay. I don't even know security checkup. That's the last thing I need. Okay. would have did this beforehand, but yet music was playing and it would have took over here. Okay, let me see. Viewers. Excuse me. Blah, 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 blah. So any of y'all come over and follow my TikTok channel? I was over. I had my first one. I had a few thousand. Next one I got 1,000, and they wanted to get rid of it, which is fine. I just find it funny when they do that stuff. So I shared it if you choose, you know. Because they think they control everybody with that. And that's funny. I'm not controlled by it. Okay, got you. Lauderdale J. Smooth in, I got you. Studio. So I don't see it on here. I don't know why it's not on here. Anyway, I'm going to put together a compilation of certain videos because I really want y'all to see something, and it may benefit you in some form or another. But there's this. I follow a lot of Hindu people. I think y'all thought that I hate. No, I got a lot of Hindustani brothers who I respect and sisters who I adore. Okay, but there's this one. I think his name is Chris Namaratu or Namati or whatever. And philosophically wise, this man was wiser than time itself. Magnificent orator, and the way he composed things and looked at things, it's what I've been attempting to get y'all to see based on my vernacular. But I'm gonna share some of his videos. They're not on my tablet. I'm just attempting to find his name, you know. Again, Chris Namaratu, something like that. Anyway, I'll put the videos together. I'll tag the name and everything because he's been a wide sought after individual. Yet he wasn't as much like Gandhi. He was, to me, I find him better. He was a humanist. We're gonna use terms today that y'all would say, "But you said this." That. Let me compose this in a way that is understand. You know, everybody can have a deeper understanding. I don't want you to understand. I want you to deeply employ some of this information so we can utilize it. He was a humanist. You know what I'm saying? And it was all about humanity. And he gave some very powerful speeches. And those of you who are married, I want you to think about this. When you walk into a museum, right? And we're walking down past certain stores, you think about the cigarette stores. We used to have the old wooden figures made by the West Dutch Company, you know, the Negro Indian, right? Don't mind the term Negro, but it is what it is. But when you go in these museums and these libraries and stuff, you always see all these books. You see statue heads, you see these busts, you see all these pictures. And what does that do? What is that? It's just like walking in a grocery store. You see all these different products. We know process is no good. We don't have to go there. But what does that do? If we're only using one hemisphere, right? Are we here to say the brain is limitless or limited? All that stuff is creating another dynamic. It is institutionalizing. It is bringing you more into a physical apparition instead of a spiritual growth. And it's like filling the closet. You ever put so much stuff in a certain place where you're storing stuff that you got to lean on the door to close it? Well, your brain, not saying that you have reached its full capacity, your brain in its simplest form, because you were not nurtured with all these dividends of information of what you are, who you are, and what you're capable of. You are pressing up on this thing that's got all this information. Worthless information. I'm not going to say worthless because you can get stuff out of it. You can figure things out when you start to compile the information, sort and alphabetize it. You realize that there's a lot of it you can push away and you can empty out your closet space, you know, minimalize. Some people say, well, dang, Red, you had a nice apartment, $1,000, a mini condo, 2 floors, right? Yeah, 1,000. That I was comfortable, right? It was convenient. How could you take $1,000 worth of furniture and chop it up, chainsaw it with conscious chainsaw and do everything? Because I already knew. Let's say I had a clearer idea of what life is supposed to be compared to how we've been immobilized. Not mobilized, immobilized. And it was easy to sell it, and if nobody wanted, to destroy it. It wasn't because I was saying no one can own it, but in the world that they live, the deception they live in, there is no freebies. You know, you're not free. You're pushing on a door with too much information. And everyone knows all the information. So like marriage, do you think that's love? Some would say, well, I was in love, that's why we got married. It was convenient. Love is going into that place, that emptiness, where everything is except not what we've known to be out of natural order. We're not talking about unnatural acts. We're talking about the dividends of natural. Is that blank space where everything that is natural means nothing, because you don't have to give it meaning. You don't have to have a surplus of all this stuff. I started going through the dividends of what's meaningful and what's not. You are in a world where you create based on what you've been innovated with. Marriage is nothing but a certificate. It has nothing to do with the reality, because most of you, the majority of you, are not married. In marriage or relationship or couplation with yourself. And y'all would think coupling means, no. These videos I'm going to share with you, right? I put a couple together. I got to flip a little more room because my Cashapp was like, I was going to get rid of this stuff, so I'm going to. So in order to see something, because I really don't feel no kind of way, whether people subscribe or not, I'm going to tell my story. It's just not yet. They want you to know it because they want to see how they should react. See, that's why I'm attempting to get you to realize that you don't have to react to everything. Human beings, why are human beings, or have they become the most stupidest people? You have too much fodder. There's too much stuff, and that is how they can use machines, frequencies, lights, and everything else to affect you. Besides the manipulation of DNA, I'm not going to pronounce the medical term, but anyway, or the chemical term. Do you all feel free? Do y'all feel free? Instead of that, I would ask, do you know what free is? Instead of, do y'all feel free? Because if you got to feel it, something, it means you are not. Okay? I really want y'all to listen. Just really allow it to absorb. Meditation is the key to free. Meditation. Finding a place where there's no noise. There's no thought that crosses the vectors of your emptiness when you get to it. Because every time you get to your emptiness, something will come across to unhinge you from a past, something near, something that's going to be taking place, something that it's very culpable. It's going to happen. The thing is to get to the point where it doesn't. Someone say, wasn't that walking around empty? What is wrong when you're walking around empty already, filled with a whole lot of nonsense? That you convince yourself, you've been convinced that you are in the knowing. You have been conditioned to have this appetite Because if it was religion, solely led by religion, not all the constructs that go into this place, the world would be more humanist. But you see what's going on in Syria, right? Not to be changing directions. You have these individuals for 15, 20 years who have seen nothing but death. And right now, they're exuding this on the Shia, right? The smaller that al-Assad was protecting, kind of, I guess, but in his very perverse way, with purpose, to do exactly what's happening now. And Christians, they're beheading them, they're making them crawl around, they're killing them in front of all the women, they're raping the women, they're laughing and joking as if it's okay, and then they're running around saying Allahu Akbar. The problem with Allah is they refuse to study to know that it is Baal. What is Baal? It doesn't matter. It's not even lower self or higher self. I'm going to read to you the Science and Sacred Creation first. A little bit about the Kundalini. All right, the Kundalini, shamans and dragons. Okay, nature does not hurry. Nature does not hurry. Yet everything is accomplished. That means it's already done. But you, because of our conditioning, will want to see as if you can manifest a change based on what's going on here. You've been conditioned to create what's going on here. War and everything else, because the dogma is media, movies, everything is about war, separation, destruction. So therefore, you create it. You're a Leviathan. You are a Titan and moving in a singularity. The sad part is you all move separated and divided. You don't walk beside one another. You refuse to, because that would undo your convenience. Let me go ahead and read this. And that was by Lao Tzu, okay, for those who don't know. The Kundalini refers to a form of primal energy located at the base of the spine. Now I tell you, the hoof at the soul, the sin area, right, the lower frequency, and it rises to the trism, right, the Christ factor of the heaven. Anyway, the name derives from the ancient Hindu goddess Kundalini, a fiery female serpent that lays coiled up, asleep in the cosmic ocean, the cosmos within, right? And we'll come until awakened by the vibrational chanting of Om and Om, Om and Om, Om and Om, all right? Once awakened, she rises up to merge with Shiva, the ladder, what we call in the Christ factors, the 33, Jacob's ladder. Once awakened, she rises up to merge with Shiva, Christ, right? And the male energy of the pineal. In the physical body, the Kundalini resides in the spine. The two nerve channels that intertwine around the spinal column are called the Ida. Now, you've seen the little medical thing with the snakes, right? Both sides. Okay, the dragons, right? The two nerve channels that intertwine around the spinal column are called the Ida, the lunar, or Ida Japan, right? Anyway. And the Pingala, or the solar. At first, from the head, the Pingala and Ida nerves release the male and female energy. And these coil towards the base of the spine, acting as conductors of the Kundalini. Remember talking about resetting on your birthday? As they coil, the vibrating nerves flow, because your blood is very toxic. Nerves flow through each of the 7 main energy centers, which align vertically down the spine. The chakras, right? Each of these chakras is associated with a basic color from the spectrum of light and is located at a gland in the human body, which determines the hormonal functions, the endocrine, right? From bottom to top, these chakras are referred to as Molahara, red. Stavdis, I forget how to pronounce these. I actually was listening to Google. I'm not messing it up. Stavdistana, orange. Manipur, yellow. Anahata, green. Vishuddhi, my apologies, my Hindu brothers and sisters. Vishuddhi, blue. Anja, indigo, Anja. And Sahara, something like that. Violet. Okay? Once it reaches the base of the spine, the lunar and solar energies connect. It is then, again, once it reaches the base of the spine, the lunar and solar energies connect. It's not outside you. It is then between the Malahara and Vastana, I gotta listen to these again, chakras within a triangular bone known as the sacrum that the Pingala and Ida energies unite. At this point, the energy rises again and increases in vibration. So, boom, bing, all right? Unblocking, like when y'all go to the carnival and the fair and you hit that bell and the thing goes up, boom, yeah, okay? Unblocking and realigning each of the chakras on its return journey back to the top. As each chakra is awakened, the level of consciousness is elevated. It's like an energy release, phenomenal. Finally, when it reaches the head, it produces an extremely profound transformation of consciousness. According to the Kundalini masters, Saraswati, this is due to the energy empowering the vibration and functioning of the pineal gland, the DMT, right? All biological consciousness is chemical in nature. It is controlled by the secretion of hormones and electrical communication in the brain. You live by words, yet these are frequencies of vibrations, like we're damning. Therefore, when we directly raise the Kundalini, it increases the alchemical production of these chemicals, altering awareness. You can also dead them down, and you've been under that duress for a while. You can change it. All right. The strength of this energy can be risen through meditation, yoga, chanting, and righteous living, which I did this morning. Oh, so calming. And chanting is magnificent, even out loud. You create the world you live in, the environment. You speak things in fluidity once you've accomplished it that become pragmatic in how you see things and exist. During Kundalini Yoga in particular, stagnant energy is released from the 7 main chakras and revitalized into new, and it's always painful in the beginning. Okay? Vibrant energy can flow in an alchemist, as in order to create more light within one's physical body. It also improves the flow of Kundalini energy as it rises back to the skull and third eye, Bengal. Encouraging spiritual awakening and connection to the divine, the positions and postures associated with Kundalini Yoga, not just any and every yoga, are based on thousands of years worth of studying from ancient yogis, but are still extremely beneficial to the physical form today. An important component of Kundalini Yoga and meditation is mental focus, as it deepens your awareness of the present moment. Concentration is often fixed on the third eye point between the brows where the pineal gland and Anja chakra resides. Now, you can focus on that. You can actually touch that and become light, because when you first touch, you're going to press, like as if you want to go on your head. It's unnecessary. It's right there. It's right here in front of you. It's behind. It's on the side of you. But this gives you more focus, more determination. It gives you something to feel like you need to accomplish something in a world where false accomplishments are the source, sadly, and it keeps you kind of mundane. Okay? This stimulates the production of Kundalini energy and thus the secretion of chemicals from the pineal, including DMT. At the same time, the individual person must remain aware of their breath and posture so that the energy flow is not blocked. See, I was meditating, I was so comfortable, sitting very straight, shoulders, and it was in a natural form. And my breathing was very important. And if I felt, and one part of breathing is to actually see how long you can hold the breath you take in. Once you do enough to oxygenate the brain, okay, and your body, and make sure your blood flow is harmonic, rhythmic, and flowing. And there's times when you feel needles and stuff, that means there is a blockage. That means there is something going on where the blood is not flowing as it should, okay? Anyway, energy flow is not blocked. It can also be useful to listen to mind-guiding mantras, which can be found abundantly on the internet, even YouTube, until you learn what suits you. As everything in the universe is a form of energy, and sound is vibrating energy that our ears deliver to the brain. Each mantra has its own quality. Remember, you you can say your name without saying your name. Like I can go James, but I can say it. You didn't hear it only because you haven't tapped in. Each mantra has its own quality, rhythm, and effect based on the frequency of the sound and its vibrational effect on the individual chakras. To extend to Kundalini Yoga, which enhances the flow of energy further, a professional practitioner is necessary due to the fragile nature of the spinal cord. You can do damage. Personally, I attend a Kundalini Yoga class every week and repeat particular exercise throughout the week in between sessions as and when needed. We can read more, but do you see there's a sound structure? So I would advise y'all to go and look at some of the Kundalini on YouTube, exercises, meditations, and some of the instruments, whether it's the little chime bowls or whatever it may be, okay? And you'd be amazed at what you may find when you start practicing these little intervals of exercises and breathing to change how you view things. Why is it important to change how you view things? I told you I act a lot, right? And I do. There's times when I do things and I walk away and I'm laughing and I'm like, oh man, I can't believe I just did that. I'm serious, y'all. All right? And you hear me say I don't want the weak people away. I don't want the weak people away because I don't want them here. I know that they're going to be, in their opulence, they're going to drag you down instead of you rising to the occasion for your self-perfection. And so I know that they'll leave. But now I don't want them blocked. I don't mind them coming. I don't care about a machine and all that. There's no control, no vectors over here. Okay? It's not bright. There's a level you can reach, you can attain, where those things are unimportant. No, it doesn't matter what happens to you. You have to access and attain another fusion away from the fusion that you have been given. Because not all fusion is good. We have nuclear weapons. Everything is about boom, you know what I mean? Imagine that. And now remove the magic of it. Removing yourself from the dynamic of its authority. Not allowing it to be pragmatic in the way you live. All right? Let's get into the power of now, a guide to spiritual enlightenment. Then we'll open up the book I got. I don't know which one it is. Hey, Squirrel Sniper, what's going on? What's going on, beloved? Yeah, just hold on. We all know that the Greek mythology. Let's leave Germanic, Greek, and all that alone. That's history that's been changed, and it's not fluid in your own conscription. That is a conscription that pulls you away and makes a whole lot of something. I need you to find nothing, even in what I'm saying. Society's first outcast. What's going on, beloved? What's happening? It's good to see y'all up in here. Kane Johnston, what's happening, brother? What's going on? I just want to shout y'all over. My apologies. Patricia Griffin. Hey, what's up, man? Okay. All right. You didn't do nothing wrong, brother. Okay? No need to seek forgiveness, brother. We respect you. We respect you. You are not your mind. Remember, I read this a few times. I'm going to read it again. I got all my little highlights, right? But this is important. Enlightenment, what is it? What is that? Most people would say, right? What is enlightenment? Because we all believe that believe, lack of not knowing, that we are enlightened. There are beliefs that are structurally sound. But everybody's going to find which one is going to be functional for them. So hopefully this can help. A beggar had been sitting by the side of a road for over 30 years. A beggar had been sitting on the side of the road for 30 years. One day a stranger walked by. "Spare some change," mumbled the beggar, mechanically holding out his old baseball cap. "I have nothing to give you," said the stranger. Then he asked, "What's that you are sitting on?" The beggar said, "Nothing," replied the beggar. "Okay. Just an old box. I have been sitting on it for as long as I can remember." "Ever look inside?" asked the stranger. "No," said the beggar. "What's the point? There's nothing in there." "Have a look insisted the stranger. The beggar managed to pry open the lid. With astonishment, disbelief, and elation, he saw that the box was filled with gold. I am that stranger who has nothing to give you, and who is telling you to look inside. Not inside any box, as in the parable, but somewhere even closer, inside yourself. There we go there. But I am not a beggar, I can hear you say. Isn't that the condition? To think that the beggar is lower, and they're always sitting on a box of gold? Those who have not found their true wealth, which is the radiant joy of being and the deep, unshakable peace that comes with it, are beggars. Even if they have great material wealth, they are looking outside for scraps of pleasure or fulfillment, for validation, security or love, while they have a treasure within that not only includes all those things, but is infinitely greater than anything the world can offer. Now, the word enlightenment conjures up the idea of some superhuman accomplishment, and the ego likes to keep it that way, but it is simply your natural state of felt oneness with being. It is a state of connectedness with something immeasurable and indestructible, something that almost paradoxically is essentially you, and yet is much greater than you. It is finding your truth. Does it mean greater as in better? No, it is the greatness of your existence, you, and in totality. There's no division or dividend. There's no dividing margin. That's what you've been conditioned into. Essentially, you, and yet it is much greater than you. It is finding your true nature beyond name and form. Are you just your name and your age? That is time. Isn't time easily to be destroyed and changed? When we have leap years, and we don't have 5 seasons, we don't have 13 months, we don't have 28 days. You get where I'm coming from. Easily to manipulate. The inability to feel this connectedness gives you rise to the illusion of separation. You know, those people, I was born on a leap year, as if it's something meaningful. It's nothing. From yourself and from the world around you. You then perceive yourself consciously or unconsciously as an isolated fragment. Fear arises, and conflict within and without becomes the norm. Lucifer, that's your lower. It's the soul. It's it. That's why the name is royal. Christ. Could you say Emmanuel? A manual for the E, Earth, manual, Emmanuel? See, everything has been played with, and nobody knows to look in the manual to be able to convey certain messages, and they go into the depths, the lower area, because you've been created to fear something. So therefore, it will never be lucrative, and you will never seek to know it. To bring the two dragons up, you're back. Allow them to drop and boom, back to the top. To have the light, not to seek light outside of yourself. Don't go into the light, but to be the light. I thought this would be paramount. I thought it paramount to be able to go back a little bit, because I don't want y'all to keep getting tripped up on things that I'm expressing or speaking about, reading. I don't want to confuse you. Have you looking for something else? Yes, there's land even here that you have not seen that is hidden from you, but it is all within you. You know, everybody says when you die, it is finite. If you believe in reincarnation, well, you're not ready to come back, because if you're going to come back as being what they've made, I wouldn't want to be reincarnated if that was the case. You get what I'm saying? There are things that are going to throw the pitch at you all the time. There are things that are unknown. Because I tell you, I know the end. It's not because I need you to see it. I don't care whether they see it or not. They're pushing in another vernacular. It's unimportant to me. Okay? It's no greater I or no lesser me. There's an existence. And it's supposed to be plutonic. And most are not having that plutonic relationship because it's been overly sexualized. The pleasures of sex, how can they be condemned and damned when they want you to say, oh yeah, but it's all right if you do it with a boy and a girl with a girl? Isn't that about a pleasure? No, it's worse than that. It's to keep you out of the natural order of things. And you subscribe to these things because you've been conditioned. And recently they showed you short conditioning is pragmatic. It has effect. There's an easy flow. Imagine removing yourself from that dynamic and stepping back into your dynamic. Instead of always looking outside and allowing everything to be accessed upon you, accessing what should be compared to what shouldn't be, and not having to speak on it. Now, do you think that I want to be giving all this tea, right? Well, tea is good. Green tea today. Hopefully I don't have to grab a pill, but there's a balance to it, just like dark chocolate, the brain, and everything else. How do you repair things? How do you go about mitigating fix? How do you change? Why is it I don't have no dark circles around my eyes and heavy bags? Is it fluidity, or is it because I speak different? I seek different, so therefore I know different. And my knowing means that I unknow all the other things, and I come into a place where all things are void. They are unimportant. What is important? What does important mean? Why must there be importance? You are consistent with the world you lived in, right? That they created. So that word would be important, right? When you start changing up the dynamic, meditating, seeing things clearer, then the vision stops being premeditated, because you've already established this idea that's premeditated. You've established an idea of what you seek. What about not seeking, but knowing that everything is unimportant? It's only important because you, the Leviathan that they use to make the Titan-like gross neglect of self. So for outside appreciation instead of eternal blissfulness of emptiness. Walk into empty out your closet, walk in and close it. Most of you would have fear because that is not how you've been nurtured. And because everything else is inundated, you're inundated with everything else. The boogeyman, it, Splinter, the hills have eyes. And in there, you will create all those visions in your head. So you're distilling, but you're not saying, I don't have to drink it. You're not realizing that there's no water required. Only in the physical dichotomy that they poison everything, so therefore you look for the better. But for what purpose? Is it to better yourself, but hold on to the world they gave you? Or is it to better yourself to elevate, to ascend? Most of you are not seeking to elevate, to ascend. You think that's ascension. Ascension is in here. It's internalized. It's already there. You just haven't tapped back into it. Oh my goodness. Don't drink too much tea. It crystallizes in you. And in the same small group across the world. So let's see. Changing the perspective. And I hear you, but don't make nothing else. It's unnecessary, beloved. Power of now. Actually, I was. Yeah, I was. It's all right. Oh, my baby. Snooey. What's up, mama? Oh, let's take a look at what book I got. Okay. Let me pull out my Rambo. My apologies. What's my Rambo? I'm just joshing you guys. Ooh, okay. I can put the knife up and cut my thumb off or something. We don't want to do that. I'm not going decided to start getting some hardcovers because everything else is paperback, right? You know what I mean? Right there. Greg Isles, a novel by the New York Times bestselling author of Third Degree, The Devil's Punch Bowl. Remember, there's many. The one you always thought about is Natchez, okay? The POWs from the Civil War, the true Confederacy, and what was done to them, okay? This is going to be a keep you engaged to the very last page thriller. Though this one might be his best. Its new thriller injects both a depth and novelty into a genre convention. The jealous husband who's tipped off to his wife's infidelity may just fly by more story. And I like to read novels. I actually have PDFs and everything else on Natchez and all the other punch bowls, locations, and all that. But sometimes it's good to change it up. You know what I mean? Anyway, I hope this was beneficial, or you will find something out of it. For those becoming members, like I said, I am going to actually pull on my laptop. I'm not going to keep it in there because there's too much stuff in there. And go ahead and connect the Patreon to the YouTube, so that way I can do lives over there. I can say talk about anything and everything. I can upload videos there that they pretty much wouldn't allow here. And so I need to go ahead and get that done. I want to get that deck done, and then we get some walls up, because we're going to actually have this for storage for a little while, and when we start building the next platform, we'll probably take this down, get everything in storage up there, and so it'll take a couple of months. If you donate, I appreciate it. I see there's been no donations on the letter, but again, if you want to help, whether it be screws, we still got like tons of stuff. You got to buy 2x4 is like $274 for 2x4 by 8 or 10. That's $274. 2x6 by 8 or 10 or 20 is usually $4 or $5. It's not too much. We have a lot of lumber, but we still got plywood and SBS and all that kind of stuff. We still got more of that. I still got to throw a couple of hundred on some 2x4s and stuff. But any donations are appreciated for those who are capable or willing. No force. All right. It just doesn't pay my bills. My bills are automatic. I couldn't change them if I wanted to. All right. And again, I appreciate you guys taking the time, and we'll come back later and we'll read the last two chapters. All right. Haya, and we'll talk about the author a little bit. You know what I mean? Let me do this right here. My apologies. Okay, there we go. I don't think I'm gonna drink all this. It's a lot of caffeine, you know. I just want to drink a little bit. You don't need a whole slew of stuff. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make me a couple of eggs too. Oh wow. Yes, mama. But hey, Millennial City, good to see you back. Hey, she got some nice little art there from youngling rearing, and her pops got her back doing some pretty awesome stuff, guys. And again, I appreciate you guys so much. I wanted to read more because I have a lot of stuff on philosophy, stuff I haven't read. Mine's isn't as great. I'm not downplaying. I'm just saying I've been studying philosophy for a long time, right? Ever since the Bruce Lee kick, you know. And there are some marvelous quotes, sayings, stories, and you'll be amazed at what can it eliminate certain things, achieve other things, and elevate. It's just phenomenal, and it's practical. In a way, it depends on what you're looking for. You know what I mean? Again, I want to do more of that. I'm waiting on another. I thought that might have been it. I'm waiting on this book. It's all about philosophy. Actually, that's the name. I gotta go back on Amazon and look. Oh, it was a thrift books. One of those. Anyway, it's really you will gorge yourself. For those who like things that may assist them, where a lot of things eludes them. Start looking at some books based on philosophy, whatever your target or whatever it is you seek, and you'll be amazed at all the material that's out there that you wouldn't find when you were in college or the center. Those things, they stim you, okay? Because you go to college, you get out in the workforce, and what is the first thing you learn? Forget all that, but you learn. You're going to get hands-on. Most work is hands-on, all right? And most people aren't aware of that, you know? And the ones who are, so many times you feel like you're stuck and you stay in that hands-on dichotomy, and there are things that can elevate you instead of being stuck in those positions of thought, those frames that are structured, but they're not structured for the benefit of you. Benefit of something, but not solely for you. And I think a lot of you seek a benefit of something, right? And if that's the case, I'll share all the books that I get, but know there's a plethora, there's a new, there's so much out there, okay? You have to have that want to get to that place where your compassion of self will be enumerated and it exudes outwards. It's just no way, you can't stop it. Yeah, I know I mess with everybody, I do, but it's very plain, and it's fun, and there's times when it's not there, you know. I don't want somebody to mess with me for a moment, you know what I'm saying? So I go, oh, you know what I'm saying? And it's nothing. It's nothing. You know what I mean? It's absolutely nothing. All right. So anyway, I appreciate you guys, my beloved sisters, magnificent brothers. Until later.